Hey there YouTube, welcome to Big Mike Body Wisdom. So today we're going to talk about weight loss tricks when it comes to like a weight loss competition. So a lot of times people or businesses will kind of get together around this time of year and do a weight loss competition, trying to see how much weight everyone can lose. Now there's different ways they can set it up. They can do total amount of pounds lost or something, so total amount of weight lost, or they can do percentage. Now percentage is probably the fairest out of all of them because let's face it, if you're a big guy like me losing 10 pounds will be really easy compared to someone who's maybe already 110 pounds. They've got to lose, almost a tenth of themselves. Whereas me to lose a tenth of myself would be about 30 pounds. So it's a huge difference. But a lot of times what winds up happening is that you'll go and you'll weigh in as you are now. So maybe you're wearing a sweatshirt, maybe you've got a shirt underneath it, and then the final weigh-in will be sometime much later, in which case the temperatures have changed. Maybe you're no longer wearing a sweatshirt anymore. Maybe you're wearing a lighter pair of pants. Maybe you're not wearing wool socks. But there's little things to try and game the system a little bit. So if you know that you have the weigh-in coming, kind of prep for it, and then gear it for whichever weigh-in it is. So if you're doing the initial weigh-in and you're coming into it, bring as many extra things as possible. So maybe weigh in with your phone, maybe a random jump drive. Make sure you're wearing your ring. How about a pocket knife? Your lucky brush in your back pocket. Favorite piece of metal. COVID mask, because why not? And then also think about your footwear. Sometimes they'll have you take your shoes off, sometimes they won't. So one of the weight loss competitions I did, we all went down to a large commercial scale and stepped on that. So everyone had to wear shoes, whereas another competition that we did the next year, we all had to take our shoes off. But having a pair of leather dress shoes like this one and a pair of leather sneakers like this one, there's a big difference in weight. So even though the black one looks smaller and you would think it'd be lighter than the sneaker, it's not. Even just holding this, you can feel this is a good bit heavier, whereas the sneaker is a good bit lighter. It still looks like a dress shoe kind of though. So it all kind of depends on what you're wearing when you initially weigh in and what you should be wearing when you do the final weigh-in. And then the final weigh-in, there's other things too. So for the initial weigh-in, let No Shave November work for you. Have nice long hair, maybe, nice long beard. But when it comes time for the final weigh-in, it's time to trim up. All right. So now you got your light clothes on, you're all trimmed up, everything's all good to go, you're ready to weigh in. And the next thing is that depending on when the weigh-in is, might dictate maybe how you, say, go to the bathroom. So if it's going to be early in the morning for the weigh-in, you may either want to skip breakfast or something like that, or eat a little bit early. That way, hopefully, maybe something can come out before the weigh-in, giving that little bit of an extra advantage. But in the end, no amount of, playing around or gamesmanship is going to actually get you where you need to be, having lost enough weight to actually maybe win. Or maybe you get lucky and everyone's super lazy and just... So I use the cell phone and some of the other stuff going in my pockets trick when I went to weigh in one time and everyone's wearing snowmobile jackets, heavy sweaters and stuff like that. And I'm there in just a work polo and uh-oh. So I quick grabbed some stuff, threw it in my pockets. I didn't use a big block of metal. I think I used a small handful of change. So to me, it's one of those things to just even the playing field. If you're trying to get an unfair advantage, that kind of sucks, then you better get ready to be called out on it in case somebody notices. But if it's in a situation where everyone else is padded up and you're like, hey, wait a minute, then I would say go ahead and do it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll check you next time. What? There's no chip on my shoulder.